Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this session, our last scheduled for now, chat with the president of ARNOVA. This is the last one before we all are going to meet together in November. Hopefully I'll see all of you there in San Diego. Thanks a lot for being here. I wondered if we could do a quick round of introductions for who's here. And I know also that Rich Klopp's going to be joining us at some point. He's transitioning from another activity. So who else is here that want to say hello? You can unmute your microphone.
Hello, I am
Hi.
Pablo. I'm Pablo Vaquez. I'm coming in from Bloomington, Indiana. Very beautiful afternoon here, and I'm very eager to learn more about ARNOVA.
Well, welcome, Pablo. Thanks for being here.
This is Zahar Burkers.
Hi, Zahar. How are you?
I'm in sunny Rome today.
Really?
A 2-week hiatus from university. I'll be back to New York Saturday.
Wow,
So,
nice.
Ciao.
Yeah, really jealous. Well, both of you, Bloomington and Rome, sound lovely. It's nice here in Omaha today, actually. It's like one of those top 10 days, it looks like, outside. Who else? Is there anyone else here right now? And Fatima, you're here, and Natalia. Do either of you want to jump in and introduce yourselves?
Hi everyone, this is Fatima. I am the Assistant Director of Marketing and Operations here at ARNOVA. Happy to be here and answer any questions that you guys have.
Hi everyone, this is Natalia. I'm the Events and International Program Assistant in ARNOVA, and I'm happy to be here and happy that you join us today to chat with the president.
Thanks, Natalia. And I think Rich isn't here yet, right?
He's having some technical issues with joining, so I'm sharing a phone number for him to just call in, so he should be here shortly. Great.
And is anyone else here? I don't think so. But I can't tell for.
Nope, looks that's it.
All right. All right. Well, great. Thanks for everyone for being here. And so these chat sessions are really kind of informal opportunities to just chat about whatever you would like. I try to provide a few maybe updates about what's been going on from things that I've been working on or that we've been working on with the staff and other folks. Then I could give you some updates there. And then otherwise, if you have any questions or anything else that you want to talk about, happy to do that. So maybe I'll get started with doing some updates, but are there any burning questions before we get started from anyone? Don't think so, sounds like. So as you all know, ARNOVA, so I'll give you a little update on our executive director search to start, because it's kind of definitely on the forefront of my mind and my time recently. We, as you know, Shark sadly left us at the end of July, and Rich has been serving as interim, and when he gets on, he can maybe update a little bit about some of the things that he's been working on and say hello.
I'm here, by the way.
So hello. Rich. Hi, yeah. Rich, you're here. Hello, welcome. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thanks. Sorry I'm late. Technology on the phone.
Yeah,
so,
no worries.
But I defeated it finally. Yeah, Rich Klopp, interim executive director, and glad to interact with everybody on the call and answer any questions you might have. As Angela just said, real privilege to work with ARNOVA. I was a longtime member and have availed myself of its resources over the years. My PhD's in philanthropy from the IU school, so have interest in everything related to the nonprofit sector. So it's been a real privilege to help the organization transition and work with the great people of ARNOVA, and including the board president, Angie, and staff. So, and glad to join you today, so thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rich. Thanks for being here. And I really appreciate so much, Rich, all your work, and Fatima and Natalia and all the staff. We've had to do a lot with, maybe fewer people than we normally would during this transition time. But it seems like, from my perspective, everything's going really well. So thanks a lot. And hopefully it's the case for the rest of you on the call, or if you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask Rich as well, please feel free. Natalia, did anyone else join us? Or Fatima, I'm sorry. I think anyone else to introduce?
No, not yet.
Okay, thanks. So jumping in just quickly with the executive director search. So as you know, we've been trying to take a really careful process to look for a new executive director, and our goal ultimately is to hopefully have somebody on board, or at least be able to attend our conference in November. We're in the process right now of completing Zoom interviews. So we had quite a large number of applications. I think ended up over 200, looking like the final count. And of those, we ended up doing, we're going to end up doing about, I think, ultimately 13 Zoom interviews. We'll see. We still have the portal still open, so there's still some applications coming in, and that the ads will stay up till the end of this month, so a few more days. So we're still in the process of reviewing applications and interviewing folks, and hopefully then going to be able to get something scheduled for in-person interviews fairly soon. Definitely in October is what we're targeting. So as you know, these kinds of searches and having we have a great search committee, but a lot of busy people, so trying to get everything organized and get everybody, to time for meeting and all that is sometimes a challenge, but everybody has been really diligent. The search committee has been great and diligent about this whole process. So we have some very strong applicants. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I don't know if anyone has any questions about that at all.
Hi, this is Pablo in Bloomington.
Hi, Pablo.
I don't know if the timing of the question is right or not, but I'm very interested in learning about the international footprint of ARNOVA. Do you interact with other countries, and if so, in which capacity, and what is the international flow of membership, services, meetings, subsidiaries that may exist, etc.?
Thanks for that question. And that's definitely an important aspect of our thinking about, as we're thinking about the next executive director too, and thinking about ARNOVA has increasingly been growing and expanding and doing work outside the U.S., in the U.S. and outside the U.S. So we have a growing number of members. A growing percent of our membership are people that are outside the U.S. I think, actually, I don't know if Natalia or Fatima or Rich, the exact percentage of members that are outside the U.S. I think it's somewhere around 30 or 40%.
Yeah, I think the last update that we published was around 32%, around 1/3 of our members.
Right, okay, thank you for that. And we have now, for several years, been holding conferences outside of the U.S. and we have an annual conference in Asia, and then we partner with ARNOVA, the Association for Research on Civil Society in Africa. We partner with them every year in a conference on the continent in Africa that's been moving around. Both of those conferences, meeting every year, moving to different locations in Asia or Africa. So that has, really expanded our networks. And then if you'll see at our conference that's coming up in November, and you look at the special events, special sessions page, you'll see we have some special sessions, kind of bringing folks from those other conferences to feature at our conference in November that's in San Diego. So there's a chance for you to meet scholars who are active with AROXA and ARNOVA Africa or ARNOVA Asia. So, we are kind of increasingly kind of building, expanding our international footprint, and it's been very exciting. I think a great way to increase our, diversity in many different ways at ARNOVA. So does that answer your question, Pablo, or do you have any follow-up?
It does. It does answer it very well. I thank you very much. I had seen something about Asia and Africa in the website, but I was curious about, is there any correspondence relationship or any sort of channel open to the, in some way nearer regions to the U.S., like Europe or perhaps Latin America?
Well, there's possibly in the future, there's opportunities to continue to connect and partner with groups in these different other regions of the world. Certainly, we also, have we collaborate with our sister organization or International Society for Third Sector Research, and they are they're holding conferences often in Europe every other year. This coming summer in Montreal, and they also have different sections and work in different regions. So we're trying to go where we're invited, if you will. I think a lot of where we've gone so far, and if there's opportunities and people want us to kind of connect in other regions, I think that there's definitely interest in that. And of course, we have to think about our own capacity and kind of growing and expanding in a sort of fashion that can make sure that we can maintain what we set out to do.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah,
Thank
Rich or any Fatima or anybody or Natalia want to jump in and anything else related to that?
I just wanted to mention that we also have, in addition to sections, we have common interest groups, and a lot of those common interest groups are regional as well. We have a civil society in the Middle East common interest group, emerging scholars on Chinese nonprofit research, global issues and transnational actors, and then Korean nonprofit and philanthropy researchers network. And it's very easy to form a common interest group if that is something that you are interested in, and you can learn more about these common interest groups on our website. It's just arnova.org/CIG, and they're all listed there.
Thank you. That's great.
Thanks again.
Yeah. So any other burning questions? Maybe we could talk a little bit about the conference coming up in San Diego, because of course that's a big exciting thing about to happen. I know our staff have been very, very busy getting ready for the conference. The program is, I think, mostly finalized at this point. Natalia, do you want to jump in? How are things going? Any thoughts that you have about it, for the conference?
Yeah, we're very busy, but we're very excited about San Diego and the conference. Right now, we're working to finalize changes in the program and any addition to special sessions or anything that has to be with the program, so we can start just like the printing phase and just posting it online. We are in the need of volunteers and also in the need of chairs for sessions. So if you want to spread the word that you can volunteer for the conference if you're a student, or be a chair for paper sessions, that'd be great. That would be very helpful for us.
Maybe you could describe a little more what the responsibility is for volunteers.
Yeah, so they are assigned to different positions during the conference, and if we give for every 4 hours chief 1 day of registration to the conference. So it's very good for students, especially because it helps with the registration cost. and you can go online on the volunteers drop down option on the conference menu, and like you can select what shift you prefer or what day you prefer. So if you want to help before the conference, maybe on Wednesday or Tuesdays, that's something that you can also do. So there are a lot of options, and there's more information on the webpage.
Thank you. Yeah, and also on the web page, there's a special events page that has some kind of featuring some special things that will be going on at the conference. I wanted to draw your attention to. I already mentioned the AROCSA Africa sessions and the ARNOVA Asia sessions. There's also several sessions for emerging scholars around professional development, different areas. Those always are great sessions too to check out that happen throughout the conference. We're having a special session on Thursday evening called Fearless Dialogue, which is the Fearless Dialogues folks are coming to work with us on addressing sort of different areas around sort of multicultural communication, connecting with people who have different identities, trying to increasingly help us to be better about, how we communicate across difference. And so that's a session that's happening Thursday night from 6 to 9 p.m. So I hope that you need to sign up for that when you register, because we have limited space for that. And then there's several other exciting special event sessions happening. We also have our policy. We do an annual policy seminar, and there's going to be a special colloquium from that. And Thursday, and in particular, that session also is linked to kind of partnership that we've been working on with the independent sector to increasingly try to help our members engage with independent sector members, and independent sector members engage with our members. And so there's going to be several folks from independent sector who will be joining us at our conference. And they'll be part of that policy colloquium and doing other things. So that's exciting. The independent sector has also offered an opportunity for our members to come and attend their conference, Upswell, which is the week before our conference in Chicago. And there's a special one-day rate. So if any of you are interested in that, there's an email that just went out about that. I don't know if it went out to everyone. I don't think, probably mostly targeting people around Chicago, but if you are interested in attending the independent sector conference as an ARNOVA member with getting the special rate, let us know and we can get you linked up. That day is November 14th, so it's a week before our conference. So those are some highlights related to the conference and our special sessions. Anyone have any questions, comments, or anyone else want to jump in? Fatima or Rich, on anything?
Could you repeat the November 14th independent sector? Who's the organizer of the conference? I didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, so independent sector is the organizer, and they have a conference they call Upswell, UPSWELL. And their conference is happening November 14th. Well, it's actually November 13th and 14th, but 14th they're offering a special kind of day rate for our members. Okay. And it's a good opportunity if you're interested in connecting with independent sector members who, are more kind of practice-oriented folks, a lot of, different members that are in the foundation world and in the nonprofit world. That's a great opportunity, and that conference is in Chicago this year.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions or comments?
This is Har.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's any plans. I was volunteering a couple of conferences now, and while I appreciate you volunteering, I wonder if, and sometimes the the translation of the message from volunteer set to another set sometimes is not best. So I wonder if we can do like a webinar that can be seen by volunteers beforehand, highlighting their roles or types of roles that could be given. And then from the green standpoint, I know we give out a lot of paper and some people take it because we just give it to them, and some people don't take it because they don't care for it. And I know we try to advertise it, so I get it. But I wonder if either it can be more precise or kind of people can note whether they have a preference on a e-version or a hard copy. I know sometimes people change their mind too, but even just little pieces that go beyond the booklet that we give out to folks. That's only.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for both of those. So around the webinar for volunteers, I don't know, do we have any plans for anything like that? I know last year we did a little bit of video introduction for new members. Talia or Fatima or Rich?
Yeah, so last year what we did was a webinar for all conference attendees, and we kind of touched a little bit on everything. But I think that's really good input, and that's definitely something we can consider doing this year for volunteers and session chairs specifically. So we'll definitely add that suggestion to our next call.
Great, and then the sort of environmental impact of our conference. I definitely have been thinking about that. Actually, there's been some of us having some discussion around that, especially since last week with the climate strike and other things going on. You know, really are thinking about how we can continue to make our conference more sustainable or having less of a negative environmental impact. I think it's an ongoing thing, and I think you know, there's some things that we can maybe do this year, but definitely thinking about the longer term, how we address that is going to be, I think, I hope it will be a priority for us going forward. And I know our conference co-chairs for next year will be a Khaldoon Abouassi and Lindsay McDougall have been thinking about that as well. I don't know if Natalia or Rich or Fatima, is there anything more to say about that? What were any efforts that we're trying to do this year?
So we have recently started using a conference mobile app, and that is due partly just to the fact that, you know, we're all a lot more mobile, we're on our cell phones a lot more, and then also just to reduce the number of printing. So we have been able to reduce the number of programs that we print due to this, and I think we're probably just giving ourselves some time to transition slowly. And then a lot of the material that you mentioned that we have at our table, again, I completely agree in terms of, you know, producing less waste and having less paper and having more digital options. So we can definitely look into having more of that available through an email that goes out to attendees or in the app as well. So great suggestions.
Thanks. And Zahiri, you also asked about the pool of applicants being diverse. I just saw that. I don't know if you put that, maybe you put that up there earlier. Sorry if I missed it earlier. I think you're referring to the executive director applicants. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I think so. We don't know all the data on all the applicants. It's, you know, going through the IU system, and we don't get all the information about different demographics. But I would say that the of the kind of finalists that we've talked to, there's been some pretty good diversity, not as diverse as I would like, around especially race, ethnicity, but there has been some diversity, but certainly around different kind of backgrounds and perspectives that people are bringing, different kind of disciplines, and there's a range too of people who, some that have more, you know, levels of degrees. So there's diversity around like educational backgrounds and disciplines related to that. And then, you know, kind of where people are at in their careers. There's a lot of diversity there too. And gender, it's pretty well gender balance as far as men and women that as far as I can tell. So yeah, not bad, but probably, there's always more work to do around that.
Oh, great, thanks.
Thank you for asking that. It's definitely been something that we've been thinking of throughout the process. Any other questions that you guys have? I don't have any other burning updates to give to you at this point. Any other things anyone on the call wants to bring up to talk about? I guess yeah, I'm happy to chat about anything. Anything more that Rich, Fatima, or Natalia you want to bring up?
No,
I just want to mention.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was trying to look for the volunteer portion. I know in the past we had like an email. I know you mentioned it earlier today, but I was just got on the website and I can't find it. Can you point me out that way? I don't know if it's an appropriate question for this conversation.
If you go to the conference main page, 2019 conference, and scroll down, there's like a little box, different boxes, and there's a volunteers. Is that where? Can you see that? I'll put a link.
Oh, yeah, got it. Yep, thanks. I got it.
Great. Hopefully you're putting your name in there and signing it.
I am. I'm unfortunately presenting my paper, so I'm going to be learning a lot.
So we share it with your friends and colleagues. What other questions or anything that anybody else? Natalia or Rich, were you going to say something?
I was just gonna say, I just thank everybody for questions and tell everybody that we're always available via email or even phone. As different things come up, especially as the conference gets closer, I think questions probably then intensify.
Yeah.
So we're just always available to get members anything they need. So always feel free to ask and tell all the other members the same thing.
Thank you. Anything else, Natalia? Yeah.
About what just Rich mentioned, you can contact us, like conference, anything. You can email to conference@arnova.org, and we're checking our emails and ready to help in any way we can. So if you just don't find the information, or if you need us to help with anything on your membership account or anything, just contact us and we will be ready to help you any way we can.
Thank you. Anything else anyone wants to bring up or comment on? Okay, I think then we maybe are done for today. If you do have anything that you would like to talk to me about too, please do reach out anytime. And I guess we'll see you all in November, so not too long away in San Diego. Any final words anyone wants to say before we ring off?
Sorry,
Just thank you very much, and thank you very much from Bloomington. This was very helpful.
Thank you. Sahar, you want to say?
Yeah, I'm trying to submit the application, but I do not see a submit button. Under it. I selected everything I need to select.
There's an I agree. There's I can see
I agree,
submit
yes,
button on mine. I can see a submit button on the left-hand side.
Okay.
But maybe it's depends on your the system that you're looking under. Yeah, the browser.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe
it's under the photo release. The last question, it should be a blue button showing there.
Yeah, I don't see it. I'll try
Or
a different browser.
maybe it's showing you at the beginning, is it showing you like any of the information required missing? Because maybe that's another way, like another reason why it's not showing.
Maybe we could take it offline and you can connect with
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Natalia, maybe. Yeah,
definitely. I
and you
can
guys
help.
can get it sorted out.
I apologize.
No worries. Thank you
Oh,
for doing it to make sure it's all working, and
yeah.
we want more people to participate in that. So, okay, well, thanks a lot, everyone, for your time, and we'll see you later.